Welcome back to The Truth with Trinity, and I am your host, Trinity. And if this is your first time tuning into the podcast, I'd like to send you a warm welcome. Here I talk about issues that happen within the Black community, hopefully for some resolution or at least some food for thought to go about your daily way. So, without further ado, I'd like to jump into this episode's topic, which is pursuing your dreams and the balance in between. So, I first like to talk about dreams. You have a dream, I have a dream, we all have dreams. And a dream can be an example of what you'd like your life to look like, something that you would like to do, something that you would like to possess. So, whether that be a new house, new car, a new place of living, a new state, a new country, or whether you'd like to obtain success from a skill that you have, a talent, whether you would like a new relationship, people in your corner that support you. These are all dreams. And that's part of the human experience is to have dreams and to make them come into reality. So, that's wonderful. And another thing is purpose. So we all have a purpose. And how do I know we all have a purpose? Because a purpose is the reason why we are called into existence. So everyone that's called into existence upon this realm that we call Earth, they have a purpose to life. And a purpose is also a skill or a talent that you can do that is above average. So that's better than anyone else, and no one else can do it quite like you. So these will be talents like public speaking, being a writer, uh, writing a book, singing, athletic abilities, basketball, football, running, ice skating, being a dancer or a ballet dancer, painting, drawing, producing music, or rapping. So these are just a few of the ways that you can have a skill or a talent that's above average. Okay. And also, a dream or a talent is something that you can do without getting paid. So it's something that you love to do. Okay. Whether it's you love to talk and you're a fluent speaker, you can do that all day. You don't even, have to get paid. You spend hours doing it and don't even realize that it's been hours. Okay. So it's something that you can do that you would rather be doing other than working a 9 to 5 job, right? So everyone in a perfect world would love to go from childhood, so that's someone providing your food and your lodgings, to adulthood and just live their purpose. So go from childhood to adulthood and jump right into their dreams and purposes, right? That would just like be wonderful. And I wanted to start off by talking, about the people that come from wealth and people that have to get it from the bricks, such as people like maybe you or I, they have to get it from the bricks. They have to rise up. They don't come from money, but they have to make a way, and they want to make a way to accumulate wealth and to pursue their dreams. So I wanted to start with the wealthy parents. you know, Sometimes from wealthy parents, there's that generation that accumulated the wealth, they developed the wealth. Uh, they're the pioneers for their family. So they have some leisure time, but they spend a lot of their time not only developing but maintaining the wealth. So they spend a lot of time, uh, managing their businesses or corporations, and then you have the generation after that, which gets to reap the benefits of the wealth. Okay, so when you are already wealthy, you can spend a lot more of your time doing what you love. So if that's sitting up reading a book all day by the poolside or whatever, if you would like to travel, and not to say that people that don't have wealth don't get to travel, but you have to divide up your time a lot more. But even within those wealthy families, you see it on sitcoms and even in real life. So this is not just TV. You'll you'll have a scenario where there's the parent and there's the teenager or the young adult, and the parent is telling them that they must continue the family legacy. So that may be if there were two generations of doctors, now this parent is expecting their child to go to medical school or lawyer school or to become an air pilot, just carry the tradition, or they must continue the family business. So now that they're, a teenager, an adult, their parent is expecting them to, go up underneath their wing to learn the family business so they can continue it successfully by knowing the ins and outs of the operation. And then you'll get the teenager that says, no, you know, I want to go off and be a guitar player. I like to go off and be a painter or artist. They're basically telling their parents, hey, I don't want to, do something that's ordinary, regardless of how much money it makes. I want to go off and pursue what I love to do. I love to do, I want to go off and do what I love to do. And, like many wealthy children and teenagers and adults, sometimes even in our communities and even not having money or abundance of it, time to time, we all have this same thought. I don't want to go to work. I don't want to do a 9 to 5. I want to pursue my own vision. I want to do what I would like to do in life and see, what are my chances of becoming successful. And it is true that working on a job is said to feel like you are living another man's dream, okay? Because most public school systems, they teach you the basics of, arithmetic, language arts, and science and social studies, but it's really geared to getting you prepared to enter the workforce. And so when you go to punch in a clock for someone else, you are living on another person's dream because it's their corporation, it's what they thought up. So you're getting some type of monetary supplement. You're getting paid for your hourly, but it's not your business. It's not your dream of what you like to be doing. But we have to have a balance. And this is especially talking to the youth out there, so the teenagers and the young adults. So there must be a balance in between, okay, I don't come from wealth. I am grown, I'm an adult. I have to maintain my living, also pursuing my dreams at the same time. And sometimes, I don't know if you've, talked to an adult, whether it be a male or a female, and you'll ask them what would they like to do, for a living, and they say, I want to be a rapper. I want to be a dancer on stage or something. And, you're like, okay, that's great. That's great. But we also must get back to the reality. When you're talking about, joining the NBA or something, of that magnitude, the you have to look at the statistics. You see some, of course, coming from the hood. They, got a break and they got a deal, which is wonderful. But we need to talk about the reality of how much does that really happen, and what percentage is that to happen for you. So that's not to say to give up on your dream, but also to be able to maintain one while developing the other. Okay, so this is what is not a good idea, though. So it's not a good idea to do this. So you shouldn't be unemployed while waiting for the next break. Okay, so especially if you have children, and not even if you have children, if you're an adult, you know you have things like bills, mortgages, rent, gas money, even if it's bus fare. So you have to maintain yourself in this reality, when you're living in the now reality, and also develop whatever it is that you do. So you're going to work this many hours, and you come home. If you're a writer, you come home and write. If you want to be a rapper or something, you develop it on your spare time. You devote 5 to 7 or however many hours that you do, on the side, but you're also maintaining your way of living, because like I said, once again, you talk to some and they're like, I want to be a rapper and I'm not going to do anything else until I become that rapper. And it's like, well, what about your living now? Are you going to make someone else pay for your bills, and your lodgings and where you live at until you become that? And then another thing is, too, let's just say that you do, become, successful and famous in the area that you're trying to pursue. One thing that, the youth, if you're listening out there, you need to know is that you need a skill that you can fall back on, especially to our young brothers out there as well. So, when you join the, NFL or the NBA, that is very much predicated upon the condition of your body, so you're going to be need to be in tip top shape and your health. Let's just say that you get into a car accident. Let's just say you slip and fall on a piece of ice. So it doesn't have to be catastrophic. It could be something to where it alters your body's ability to perform at such a high, at such a high level. Let's just say you're on the field and something happens. You're on the football, you're on the baseball, basketball field, or even if you're a dancer, you're on the stage and something happens and you can no longer perform at that rate. So you get cut, from the team or whatever. You need a skill and education that you can fall back on. So that will be something that a lot of times you pursue first, or at least in the meantime, okay, so that you can have a way to take care of yourself at a comfortable level, even, before you were able to, go off into whatever uh, arena that you were able to go off to. Um, Another thing is, it's very important for you to maintain your livelihood while you pursue the dream until one takes over the other. So I'll repeat that again. It's very important for you to maintain your livelihood until one takes over the other. So, if you start off working 40 hours a week, but you want to develop your business or you want to go off and pursue something else, you start working on your dreams more and more, and you become more successful. You're producing, more material. You may drop back to, 35, 20 hours a week, and then you keep going and going until your dream just totally takes off and you no longer have to work for anybody else. But like I said, once again, I don't want to mislead our youth by saying that you can just sit there. Okay, you can just sit at home eating cereal. You can, just keep, writing your lyrics or, writing your books, and you don't have a way in the now reality to take care of yourself because, believe it or not, if you work at times, it can produce your dreams faster than being someone that's just sitting, waiting for their dream. And like I said, once again, don't get me wrong, every now and then it does happen. Sometimes people do get swooped up, immediately, and they don't have to work while pursuing their dreams. They get swooped up immediately, and that's history, and they're just wealthy. And, what do they call that? Um, I forgot what they call it when someone scouts you out immediately and you're just like immediately swept away into a contract deal, everything, so that does happen. But it's important for our youth to know that the realistic and the expectations behind that, as well. Because I don't know about you, this could refer to women as well, but it's a lot of our young, young males out there. You'll ask them, what do they want to do, and they'll say, "Hey, I want to be a rapper. I want to be a producer." And one thing I want to say to brothers is, if you're one of those brothers that, will say that, that's like a sign to a woman that you don't take your life seriously. Especially if you're an adult, especially if you have children, because your children can't eat off what you like to do. And like I said, it's one thing for you to be successful and to develop and to work on it. So definitely work on what you want to do. You know, definitely pursue your dreams, definitely go after them all the way. And there does become a point where you may have to take risk and say, hey, I don't know if I can keep working this job. and God is telling me to go ahead and pursue this full time, then yes, that would be the time to do it. If you know and you see that, it's a now or never situation, and you see a situation present itself that you can go further in life and get to ditch your, 9 to 5, of course, by all means do so. But we also, want to convey to our youth the importance of why you should have a solid source of income versus just jumping off to do something that you see on TV. Like I said, once again, a recap is keep working until one supersedes the other. So, you know, you're not from a wealthy family. You still have to take care of yourself, but keep working on your dreams. Keep working on plans on how to become that until one overtakes the other, one overlaps the other to where you can just get rid of the 9 to 5 job. So that pretty much wraps up this segment. It's been a pleasure talking with you all. If you'd like to get in contact with me or if you have any questions or suggestions, you can do so at thetruthwithtrinity.com. You can also listen to my podcast on YouTube, Spotify, and Anchor. And always remember, if you can't tell the truth with anyone else, you can with Trinity. Till next time, take care.